Today on Public Eye News, Michigan courts are tightening standards on car searches, and President Trump makes a new threat to send soldiers to the border.
Brady Hinshaw will have our latest spring weather forecast, and later Nate Belleville will talk about last night's NHL playoff Game 7s. Hi, I'm Max Stevens.
And I'm Grant Lukens, and this is Public Eye News. With exams cresting over the horizon, many students are feeling the stress, but Superior Land Pet Partners has the furry solution to help you de-stress. Research has shown petting animals reduces blood pressure and anxiety levels, so the Northern Michigan University Psychology Department has invited Pet Partners and their dogs and cats. Pet Partners will be in the Alston Library on Thursday, April 25th, and again on Tuesday, April 30th. And NMU alumni Alex Meyer is unveiling his new documentary at the Ordock Brewing Company in Marquette on Thursday at 5 p.m. Meyer's documentary is titled Figure It Out on the Hayduke Trail and documents his nearly 800-mile journey along the Hayduke Trail. Hayduke stretches from southern Utah into northern Arizona through harsh desert conditions. Admission to the premiere is free, and there will be a raffle for some of Meyer's canvas prints he got along the journey after the show.
Each month, Anytime Fitness in Marquette selects a local nonprofit group to help, and this month it's Start the Cycle. Start the Cycle partners at-risk youth with mentors as they train for the Ore to Shore mountain bike epic. Tonight, they're hosting a workout session that requires no membership, but there is a $5 participation fee. All proceeds will go to Start the Cycle, and they'll also accept gift cards to local grocery stores. And the memory of the beloved Negaunee man who went by Goofus is being celebrated with a scholarship and the new Goof Fest event to be held this Saturday, April 27th, in downtown Negaunee. The Flat Broke Blues Band will provide live music, and there will be auctions, prizes, food, and more. Money raised during the event will go towards a scholarship fund for a Negaunee High School student. Special Goof Fest t-shirts have been created for the event, which begins at 2 o'clock on Saturday with a pregame lunch at the Negaunee Eagles.
29-year-old James Parr has been arrested for allegedly sneaking contraband into the Chippewa Correctional Facility. According to Michigan State Police, Parr attempted to sneak in heroin, marijuana, and cell phones for prisoners in the facility. After a 4-month investigation, Parr has been charged with 8 counts of attempting to smuggle in the contraband found on his person, in his home, and in his vehicle. Parr will be back in court for a preliminary exam on May 13th. And the Michigan Supreme Court has tightened the legal standard for searching people during a traffic stop. The court unanimously agreed that Larry Mead's rights were violated when Jackson County Police searched his backpack without his consent. The backpack held marijuana and methamphetamines and was searched during a traffic stop where the driver said the car could be searched, but Mead didn't want his things being looked through. Chief Justice Bridget McCormick compared the event to someone using a rideshare service where a driver can't give consent for a passenger. Despite the search being unconstitutional, Mead has served 3 years in prison. And after the break, we'll be back with your national and international news. Stay tuned.
The Dead Sea, a wonder of the world.
The Dead Sea is very special. It's a treasure.
But now, it's vanishing.
What happened is a man-made disaster.
In a region desperately short of water.
Access to water is a fundamental basic human right.
Can scientists engineer a solution before it's too late?
Our water resources are drying up. We need water.
Saving the Dead Sea on Nova.
Tonight at 9 after Nature on Public TV 13.
And welcome back. The World Health Organization has issued its first ever guidance for how much screen time children under 5 should get. The UN Health Agency said earlier today that kids under 5 should not spend more than an hour watching screens every day, and that children under 1 should not have any screen time at all. The World Health Organization did not specify any potential harm caused by too much screen time, but said that we need to be aware of the amount of time that kids are sedentary, as physical inactivity is a leading contributor to the rise of obesity. The world is eagerly awaiting the arrival of Britain's newest royal. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are another day closer to welcoming their first child. Meghan has gone from television star and philanthropist to Duchess of Sussex, but the quick transition to royalty has drawn some harsh scrutiny.
I, Harry, take you, Meghan, be my wife.
Last spring, about 50 million people tuned in to watch the Duke and Duchess of Sussex say, "I do."
The treat in and of itself is being able to be here and be with these incredible women on the panel.
For many, Meghan Markle, an American biracial divorcee, symbolized a modern and refreshing addition to the royal family. Harry and Meghan have taken a different approach to royal life. Earlier this month, the palace announced the couple's plans for the upcoming arrival of their firstborn would remain private. That means no pictures on the hospital steps after the birth of their child. A tradition William and Kate and Harry's parents have embraced. The Sunday Times reported this week that the Duke and Duchess could live abroad in Africa for 3 years, offering them what the newspaper calls a break from the UK. Though very popular, Markle has faced heavy scrutiny. The 37-year-old has been the target of online trolling, racism, and rumors of growing tensions within the royal family. In an interview in February, Markle's friends defended her. They say they wanted to stand up against the global bullying and speak the truth about our friend. The royal family has since announced new social media community guidelines to create a safe environment on the royal family's social media platforms.
And President Trump has threatened to send armed troops to the Mexico border. This threat comes after Mexican soldiers pulled guns on unarmed National Guard soldiers stationed to help prevent illegal crossings. Mexican President Andres Manuel Lopez promised at a news conference to investigate the border incident. At the press conference, Lopez said, quote, "We are not going to fight with the government of the United States. The most important thing is that we want a relationship of mutual respect and cooperation for development," end quote. President Trump has gone back on sealing the entire border, citing Mexico's cooperation as the reason. And authorities in Sri Lanka say they aren't out of the danger just yet and worry more suicide bombers may be ready to strike. CBS's Ian Lee has the latest on the aftermath of the Easter bombings that killed more than 350 people.
New security video shows 2 suspected suicide bombers inside one of the luxury hotels blown up in Sri Lanka on Easter Sunday. Police say the men were brothers and sons of a wealthy local businessman who is now in custody along with more than 50 others. But authorities warn the danger isn't over.
There are still talks of, some of these suicide bombers might be roaming around.
ISIS released this video claiming responsibility for the coordinated attacks. The man in the middle, known to authorities, is believed to be the mastermind. The local Muslim council says the government knew about the threat, but did nothing.
I don't think they took this threat seriously enough.
Foreign intelligence agencies repeatedly warned of an upcoming attack, even up to the final minutes.
We were told that, even 10 minutes before the blast, Indian intelligence had said that this is going to happen.
Sri Lanka's president fired 2 of his top security officials in the aftermath. As families continue to bury their relatives, uncertainty persists. Some Muslims are now fleeing their homes, fearing revenge attacks, while Christians fear these bombings were just the beginning. Ian Lee, CBS News.
And don't touch that dial, because when we come back, we'll have your weather and sports.
By changing ourselves, we send a message with how we live that goes far deeper than what we can say with words.
When people do these more environmentally friendly things, they're actually happier.
And you see the small picture and you see the big picture and you really start to see we have to change this.
Friday afternoon at 2 on Public TV 13.
And welcome back. I am your weatherman, Brady Hinshaw, and behind me is a beautiful NMU campus with some blue skies and some white clouds with that green grass a-growing. Looking at our current conditions, we have partly cloudy skies with a temperature of 64 degrees, winds out of the south at 13 miles an hour, and a barometric pressure of 29.83 and falling. Looking at tonight, we have some rainy skies with a low of 47, and winds out of the south-southwest at 13 miles an hour. Looking at tomorrow, we have some more cloudy skies with a high of 59 and winds out of the north-northwest at 10 miles an hour. Looking at our beautiful UP, it's mostly sunny in Sault Ste. Marie and 56 degrees, 46 and mostly sunny in Manistee, 46 and sunny in Escanaba, and Menominee is 55 and sunny. Looking at our western half, we have 60 degrees and mostly cloudy in Iron Mountain, 63 degrees in Ironwood and mostly cloudy, 64 degrees and cloudy in Houghton, and 64 degrees and mostly cloudy in Marquette. Looking at our wonderful week ahead, we have Friday a high of 46 and a low of 31 and mostly sunny. Saturday a high of 37 and a low of 32 and cloudy, and Sunday a high of 44 and a low of 34 and partly cloudy. Well, Max, as the weather is heating up, Nate, excuse me. I hear you have two heated stories out of the NHL.
It was very heated last night, Brady. Thanks. Continuing a wild first round in the NHL playoffs, 2 Game 7s took place last night as the Boston Bruins eliminated the Toronto Maple Leafs 5-1, and the San Jose Sharks beat the Vegas Golden Knights 5-4 in overtime. Sean Carulli and Joakim Nordstrom both led the Bruins with a goal and assist each, while San Jose's Logan Couture added 2 goals and Barclay Goodrow provided the overtime winner. Boston used a 2-goal lead to win their game, while San Jose came back to win from 3 goals down on 1 power play to win the nightcap. Boston will take on wildcard Columbus Blue Jackets, while the Sharks take on another wildcard in the Colorado Avalanche in the second round. Over to the NFL, where the Seattle Seahawks have agreed to a trade with the Kansas City Chiefs for former University of Michigan defensive end Frank Clark. The deal is for this year's first-round pick and next year's second-round pick, and to exchange for this year's third-round picks. Clark has also agreed to a 5-year, $105.5 million extension as part of the trade. Over $63 million is guaranteed. Last year with Seattle, he recorded 13 sacks in his first career interception against the Los Angeles Rams and 3 forced fumbles. He was originally placed on the franchise tag. The Detroit Tigers faced a doubleheader at the defending World Series champion Boston Red Sox last night. They would go on to sweep both games as they won Game 1 7-4 and in Game 2 4-2. Detroit's Grayson Greiner and Ronnie Rodriguez hit home runs as part of their Game 1 win, and pitcher Spencer Turnbull provided 5 shutout innings en route to his first Major League win in the nightcap. Boston's Xander Bogaerts homered twice in the opener, and Michael Chavis also homered for the Red Sox. The series continues through tonight at 7:10 p.m. Tyson Ross and Eduardo Rodriguez will be the starting pitchers. Well, Max, I heard you got an interesting story you want to share with us.
I do. Here's a fun one out of Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania has recently announced their official state amphibian, the snot otter. This 2-foot-long animal is nocturnal and is the largest salamander found in North America. This salamander requires clean streams to thrive and goes by nicknames such as the snot otter, my personal favorite, the lasagna lizard, and the mud devil. And with that, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you very much for joining us on this edition of Public Eye News. We'll see you all tomorrow.
The preceding program was produced in studios located in the Edgar L. Hardin Learning Resources Center by WNMU-TV, Northern Michigan University Public Television.